On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Live from the Koppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Almost forgot the day for a moment. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary with you. Rico, hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Going great. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Anything new?
No, I mean, except for the fact that you and Vershawn are apparently mad at me.
Well, you know, you don't offer to bring food. I text you when you were gone.
You texted me when I was on my way back into the building. All right, so let's get that straight. Also, you gave me money to get my own lunch.
I did.
I was not. Look. I was not aware that I needed to ask everybody before I left to get food if anybody else wanted something.
Well, maybe you should. That's just
maybe
a common courtesy
Maybe
thing.
I should. I'm sorry. Is that what
Okay.
you want? Is that what you want?
Yes.
You want an apology?
Nice little fist
no,
bump,
I'm not
'cause
fist bumping you right now. No.
You fist bumped
You
earlier.
trashed me for an entire hour. I'm not doing
No, we did not. It was for about 5 minutes.
each
And
segment.
it was fine. Maybe. All right. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Both those open for you guys the entire hour today. If you, Vershawn,
What do you want?
if you, come on in, Vershawn. You
What
want
do
to
you
hang
want?
out? What's up, Vershawn?
What does he want?
Okay, he's going to get on mic 3 over here. What's on your mind, Vershawn?
Well, it looks very, very nice in here. Aside from you two guys, the producer you got here, amazing. So I figured I'd come back in and grace you guys with my presence
Donate.
and
you.
just let you know that you guys are the ugliest guys on the room on that side.
Are you going to get you and I lunch?
Negative Ghost Rider. I'm going back to Omaha. I got stuff to
He's
do.
gonna get himself lunch.
He
No.
always says he has stuff to do.
Well, so
Always
what happens
says
when you get
he's
older than 21? You have stuff to do.
I got stuff I got going on. I got stuff going on.
I know.
Yeah, like leaving early tomorrow.
Not leaving early.
Oh,
I'm doing the show.
No, leaving early.
3:30 is
You're leaving
early.
earlier than you normally leave.
That's true. Thank you, Vershawn.
Yeah, I'm got to go. I'm looking at you, and I got a bone to pick with Rico,
I wish
but I'm
you
gonna
would.
pick it
I
tomorrow.
wish
It
you
won't
would.
be today.
Go ahead. You have yourself a great day.
What is this? The water cooler?
This is the
He
happy
does
hour.
this. He does that to
I know
bother
he does.
us,
I
and
know.
he does it on
I
purpose.
know he does.
But you wouldn't put it past Vershawn to just not know either. I mean, let's
He
be
probably
real.
doesn't know our name or his show.
That's true. He thought our name of the show was Thirsty Thursday. I said that
I
makes
mean-
0 sense.
I wish.
Maybe Thirsty Thursdays at 4:45, which I think I'm going to stick around for
Are you?
because Nathan's gone. Nathan's down in KC.
Well, yeah, they need somebody.
They need a fourth. And Mark is doing the whole Farrell's thing still. That ends on next Sunday,
Yes,
a week from Sunday, on Father's Day. So he's almost done.
he looks great.
He does. Yeah, he does.
It's not like he didn't look great before.
And, yeah, that's
He's
true.
a very handsome man.
So once again, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, both those open for you guys. You can also visit us on the video stream sponsored by Starter Heyman as well. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all those good places. You can also hit me and Rico up on our Twitter, Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. It is Thursday, which means it is the tip jar today. We are going to do that in the second segment. So get your thoughts, your random thoughts ready. If you want to send them in now, feel free to. Once again, if you want to tweet at us, you guys can do that as well. Whichever way you want to get your thoughts into the show, please just go ahead and bring them back. And so go ahead, address that on the text line.
Seattle Joe, it is back. It is called the tip jar,
jar.
and it'll be at 2:30.
So we took the text bag. No text bag anymore. It's now a tip jar.
It's gone.
Yes.
Even though I created it and I was very happy about it.
You did create it.
It's gone.
So,
And then I created the tip jar.
and the tip jar open, the rejoin, you'll hear it right out of the commercial break. We're pretty proud about it.
It's gorgeous.
And now that I've watched New Girl,
You get it now?
I get the jar part.
Yes, you do.
So it all works out really well. New Girl, great show, by the way.
Fantastic.
Hilarious show. I mean, so I was talking to my buddies, I was on the way to Golf League last night, And we play out in Woodland Hills in Eagle, Nebraska
Mhm.
on Wednesday nights. So, I mean, shout out to the Bailey's local league out there. Anyway, it's about a 25, 30-minute drive out there. And so we all ride together, especially the way gas prices are now. So I was telling them, like, yeah, I am watching New Girl now. And they were freaking out. They're like, it's a great show. They asked me what season I'm on. And I said, I'm halfway through season 2. So Nick and Jess finally started dating.
Finally.
Yes. And according to them, I'm in prime New Girl mode.
Oh,
like
it gets so
New Girl
much
right
better.
now. It does, because they said
so much better.
They said in season 5 it takes a turn downhill.
A little bit, yeah.
Shoot.
But
So
it's fantastic all the way through.
it's hilarious. I catch myself normally if I'm watching a show by myself, I won't laugh out loud.
Oh,
This one I do. This one gets me laughing out loud when I'm by myself.
Like, pause it because I'm gonna miss something.
So I think it's interesting. Dusty says this on the text line. VJ gets confused on all the names of the shows because he's late for all of them.
You'll get to a point in I don't know exactly what's season 4 or something. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but just hilarity.
Well, and that's what somebody said. Is somebody said spoilers. How long has New Girl been out?
New Girl has been out for a while. If you haven't seen it yet, that's on you.
That's what I feel like. I don't know what the proper time for when spoilers are no longer spoilers.
Classic Nick and Rico mess around.
This is not. Oh my gosh,
he doesn't get that yet.
2011.
Yeah,
is when it came out.
I consider myself a little bit of a Winston Bishop. I have a ton of bird shirts.
Big bird shirt guy.
Big bird shirt guy.
But see, so right now in the middle of season 2, Winston's super lonely.
Yeah.
So was there a time in your life where you were super lonely?
All the time.
Okay.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Gosh,
no.
Rico.
But I'm also allergic to cats, but I just feel like a Winston.
Yeah, and on the topic of cats, apologize to Sip's cat, Norman.
Rip.
Got eaten by a coyote. So
may he rest in peace.
That's so bad.
I feel bad for laughing, but it's just
it's so bad.
How does that you're in
in
the city and he's just like, yeah, a cat got eaten by a coyote.
So if you weren't listening during Rashawn's show or you're missing this, I texted Sip during Rashawn's show a little after 1:00, and I said, Sip, is it true a coyote ate your cat? And he said, we are having a coyote show up on our security cameras a lot. Yes, we are pretty sure the coyote killed Norman. It's really the only explanation. And it's such a Sip kind of response to where it's like, yep, and that's the only explanation that we have is that the coyote killed the cat.
Ben, yes, I can. And that is exactly why.
Gus says this. Geez, Nick, when do you watch New Girl? Between Ellen and Dr. Phil?
Still on Netflix, right?
Yes, exactly. It's a nighttime thing.
I'm definitely going to rewatch
it. It's a nighttime thing. Have you been able to see Top Gun yet?
The original?
The new one.
No.
Have you seen the original?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
2 weeks ago.
Hey, it's okay, though. I mean, that's kind of sad, though.
It's fine.
But I have not.
I have to get back on the. I have to. There's a bunch of old movies that I need to see.
I still need to see that movie that you gave me, that I gave back to you.
What movie did I give you?
Just start naming movies.
There's a lot of movies, Nick.
What is the? I can't remember the name of the movie. It was.
I don't know.
It's a popular one that you were pretty disappointed. And you let me borrow it, and then Rachel made me give it back to you guys.
Yeah, because you didn't. And then we watched it right away.
Yep, that's right. All right.
I don't remember what it was, though.
402-464-5685. I don't want to spend the entire segment talking about just random stuff. I actually want to talk Major League Baseball managers. We got a text.
Sure you don't want to talk Major League Baseball umpires?
That would work too, but that's a gray line. I don't know if you guys saw the stuff with Angel Hernandez.
There's no gray
Ace
line.
Ventura.
Ace Ventura.
That's
yes.
right.
There's no gray line. It's just he's just wrong.
Okay, so Angel Hernandez here. We'll just make this a little MLB segment. Angel Hernandez is appealing and claiming that Major League Baseball manipulated reviews to disadvantage minority umpires. And Angel Hernandez falls underneath that category. So me and Rico and Mark were kind of talking about this earlier. And Angel Hernandez needs to understand and get across his mind that he is bad. And that Major League Baseball is not manipulating replays or reviews
Like, even if this was true,
It's just that he's making the wrong call every single time.
even if this was true, he is not the person to go forward with this. Angel Hernandez, I feel like, has sued the league a couple of times for reasons to which MLB and like the court systems are just like, dude, what are you're bad at your job, which I don't understand how he still has a job.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
That's something completely different. Angel Hernandez claiming that MLB, again, is manipulating things to make him look bad. No, dude, you're doing that yourself.
So you can read the article on sportsillustrated.com. But it says this: the claim stems from Hernandez's suit against Major League Baseball, which has reached the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. He first filed the suit in 2017, which was then dismissed in 2021, which is where he accused the league of discrimination because they did not promote him to crew chief. They didn't promote you to crew chief because you're bad.
You're terrible.
You are lucky to have a Major League Baseball job, and this is where
is there tenure? Do umpires have tenure?
I don't know. That'd be something to look up here.
They can't get rid of him because he's been there for so long.
That is interesting.
I would do that as an umpire. If I had tenure, I would be like the best umpire for as many years as I needed to be to get tenure, and then I would be terrible.
We've talked about this. We've talked about Major League Baseball umpires, and Angel Hernandez gives the whole league a bad reputation with umpires. I mean, specifically because if you watch a game, and nowadays with K-Zone and with reviews and everything like that, it always is quick to point out how bad the umpires are doing. But if you truly watch, and this is why, and I've mentioned this Twitter account on the show a couple times, if you go on your Twitter and umpire scorecards is the Twitter account, if you go onto that score, the Twitter, excuse me, then it shows you the percentage of strikes that they got correct and the percentage of balls that they called balls, and all it breaks it down analytically from an umpire's point of view. And it's really fascinating because we're so used to now with K-Zone and with everybody wanting electronic umpires and everybody wanting replay and review in every single level of baseball, whether it's college, whether it's minor league, or whether it's professional. It's always quick to show out how bad the umpires are. Because think about it. If you're watching a game and it's a 3-2 count and the umpire calls a ball that's just inside the strike zone, he calls it ball 4. Blue call. He should have called that strike. Should have been a strike. It's inside the K zone. But in reality, these major league umpires are so good and talented because they are able to decipher a ball, and then less than an inch closer to the plate, they call it a strike. It's unbelievable.
They don't have K-Zone. They're sitting behind the catcher, and they're doing this all with their eyes and trying to judge. That's why, Nick is always saying the thing about the catches. You got to get your head right
nose over the ball,
nose over the ball to try and trick them. And look, a lot of catchers do that. They try and trick umpires, and some of these guys are extremely talented. They won't fall for any of these tricks. So it's not, we're not going to rag on umpires, but there are some of them that just, you're not very good at your job. And I get it. You still have a really hard job to do, and you do it to a level that some people could not get to. Like Angel Hernandez, still among umpires, he is one of the best umpires. But
in the grand scheme,
just umpires. But if you're talking Major League Baseball umpires, he's not that good.
It's just unfortunate because, like I said, we're always so quick to just say how bad these umpires are because we notice the blown calls because of K-Zone or because of replays and say, oh, yeah, we saw that one in real time. Thing is with umpires, especially the base umpires, everything is off of sound. Mm-hmm. They use their ears, and that sounds weird, but they decipher when the foot hits the base to where the ball hits the glove. Like, it's all based on sound. And with that, like, yes, they're 5 feet away or 10 yards away from the actual, like, where the play is happening. But if you truly think about it from a home plate umpire's perspective in Major League Baseball, when a guy could have a curveball that comes in and drops 12-6, has really good action, you need to decipher when that ball crossed the plate. It also depends on whether or not the catcher caught it in a good area or good technique. And then you're in the major leagues. Like, you got big dudes all around you, and you're on the biggest stage of baseball. Like, it's truly remarkable how well these guys do their job. And once again, that's why I just keep promoting that umpire scorecard, because it tells you, like, if they score a 96%, that's not good compared to everybody else. Mm-hmm. All the common scores are like 98 percentile, 99%, and they missed one call in the 7th inning in a 2-1 count. It breaks it down that specific. And so it's really, really fascinating stuff. So once again, highly recommend that you guys go check that out. But
it's not like we're gonna just sit here and rag on it. Look, we couldn't do their jobs.
Absolutely not.
That's an impossible job to do. It seems like at some point, like you were just saying, they use their like the base umpires use their ears, and sometimes I think about that when they show replays. I'm sitting there in slow motion, looking at the foot, and then looking at the glove, looking at the foot. I'm like, it's too quick. I can't tell. And they're doing this in real time and making these decisions. So even if they blow a call, you have to think about it. And I know we're all going to get up in arms and we're going to yell, and I'm going to do the same thing. But I'm going to tell you right now that even if you do that. That's an impossible job. Those are impossible calls. And somehow they get more right than they get wrong. The thing is, you just remember the ones that they get wrong, especially in big moments.
Yeah, and that part. And there's definitely guys like Angel Hernandez that have the reputation of over and over and over. They blow calls after blow. Like they just screw up so much. They're just not very good. But
just very
in the
bad
grand
in
scheme
big
of
moments.
things. Gus said this on the text line once again, 402-464-5685. Just imagine if NFL refs were under such electronic scrutiny. There would be holding and pass interference on every play, yet they don't get dogged, for missing calls nearly as much. And that's one of the things, like
being an official in really any sport is damn near impossible.
That's true, especially nowadays with all the technology.
Everybody can see everything in slow motion while you're doing everything in real time.
Yeah,
there are some egregious calls made, but when you get down to the wire, when you get down to the nitty gritty, there are more good calls than there are bad calls. But it's you only remember the bad ones. That's the problem with being an official is there's no way you're going to be perfect. Everybody enjoys the human element unless it's your team that's getting screwed over.
Mm-hmm. So on that note, I was looking up earlier because we got this text earlier at the end of the Vershawn show. Bill said this. I don't know if he's still listening, obviously, but he said, got my tickets for the Kauffman Stadium experience tomorrow night. See you there. Will be my son's first major league game. So the Royals are playing the Orioles tomorrow night. I'm heading down to KC to watch that one.
Adley Rutschman.
Because Adley Rutschman's going to be, that's a big reason.
Did you get Did you get your O's jersey?
Not yet. I should have worn it. I wasn't expecting. I made the decision with my buddy on Wednesday to go down to Kansas City, Tuesday. So I didn't even realize he asked if I wanted to go, and I was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, who are they playing? Sure enough, it was the Orioles.
Your guys.
I said, guess what? We get to watch Adley Rutschman play. So I'm pretty pumped about that.
American League team.
Yes, true.
We could just do that. You have an NL team and an AL team.
NL team and the AL team. Orioles. Man, I need to get to Camden Yards.
My NL team is the Pirates.
NL team is the Pirates.
Yeah, no reason. I don't know. I just really like them.
Wow. Gus says
either them or the Marlins.
Gus says Rutschman power. This is from a Sorry's Royals fan. Yeah, that's unfortunate. The Royals are not in a bad or not in a good spot, and that's actually kind of the preface I want to make for this next discussion. Major League managers, because I was talking to Jake about this yesterday when he was filling in for Vershawn for the first segment, and Major League managers and their winning percentages, because as I was going through all the managers, everybody's around the 45% winning percentage, or very rarely are they up in like the 60 percentile, like 60% range. And there's very few.
Aaron Boone is
61. He's won 61% of his games with the Yankees.
They still want to fire him.
Exactly. Dave Roberts at the Dodgers. Now, obviously, a lot of these teams are bigger market teams to where they have more money to spend in free agency and such. But Dave Roberts is in his 7th year, has a 577 and 349 record, 62% wins. He's won 62% of his games. Then Buck Showalter this year, obviously his first season with the Mets after he took a 4-year hiatus after the Orioles gig. He's 38.
Debacle.
Yeah, exactly. 38 and 20. So he's won like 65% of his games. But I was looking because all Royals fans want to fire Mike Matheny.
All of them.
Everybody does. They're 13 and 30 or 13 and 37 or 17 and 37 or something like that.
Were they expecting to be good? I know they weren't expecting to be this bad, but were they expecting to be good? Because I don't think the Royals, I don't, from the few Royals fans that I spoke to before the season, they weren't expecting much from this team, but I guess I can see how only having 13 wins and all-star voting has commenced that you would be slightly upset.
Well, I'm curious. Okay, let's see what Bobby Witt Jr.'s stats are here, because all right, so he has 7 home runs this year. Obviously played in 53 games. He's hitting 221 with 7 home runs and 28 RBIs. So I guess not horrible, especially for the Royals, I suppose. But so the Royals, they were shut out in 2 of their 3 previous games. I don't know what happened last night against the Blue Jays, but we can figure this out real quick here.
Batting all bad.
I'm sure they probably lost. Oh no, they won 8-4. So
that.
they beat the Blue Jays 8-4. So they're 18-37 now overall. But back to this discussion, it shows that in Major League Baseball, a manager most of the time will keep his job if he's winning around 47 to 48% of his games, if he's just under 50%. And here's kind of some rare cases that they don't. Joe Madden, and this is another reason I wanted to bring this topic up. Joe Madden gets fired in his 3rd season with the Angels the other day. He had a 130 and 148 record. He won 47% of his games with the Angels. Now, obviously, this is just in this most recent stint. He was with the Angels a long time ago.
Well, I think
when they were the California Angels.
I really think with these winning percentages, you have to sneak in a good year among some of those sub.
You're probably right.
Like you have to have a year where you're either just missing out of the playoffs or making the playoffs with a solid record, and then maybe you have a couple bad years where you're under 500.
Yeah.
But you got to sneak in those good years, because if you're just hovering around 47 win percentage for every single season, you're getting fired.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But so like looking at his previous stop with the Cubs, Joe Madden was 471 and 339. Now it goes back to my whole thought of they should have never let Joe Madden go, but there was some stuff going on, riffs and everything. Won 58% of his games with Chicago at the time. And here's where I had a problem with the Joe Madden firing, is that if you're the Angels, you look at that roster and it's Mike Trout, who got banged up a couple games ago with some groin injury or groin tightness. Shohei Ohtani may not be having the season that he had kind of last year. But you also just drafted 19 pitchers in the Major League Draft,
all of them,
a couple years ago. So you're trying to build a farm system because your pitching has just been atrocious and been kind of the thing that's kept you out of the playoffs. You sign Anthony Rendon, like you have Jared Walsh as part of that team as well. And so you're sitting there as the Angels and you haven't won a championship since 2002. You haven't been to the playoffs since 2014. You haven't won a playoff series since 2009. Joe Madden might be as good as you're going to get with an experienced manager, and you have a better roster, and you're about to have a better roster because you're going to lock down Mike Trout. Shohei's probably not going to go anywhere because he's going to be able to, unless Shohei goes to like the Dodgers or the Yankees, which would be
if Mike
egregious.
Trout stays, Shohei stays, because
You're right.
Shohei's a big Mike Trout fan.
You're right. And so with that in mind, it's like, was the Angels' best move really to just give away or just let Joe Madden go? Because now it's interesting because once again, they haven't had success in recent years. So if they're hovering around 500 every year, nowadays with expanded playoffs, that's a possible wild card team, and you might be making the playoffs. So
get in and sneak up on somebody.
So if you're sitting here and you're the Royals, Mike Matheny, also in his 3rd season, he's won 42% of his games. So a little bit less, productivity out of the Royals. But however, his previous stop with the Cardinals, he won 55% of his games. You know what he did? The Royals kind of in the same spot as the Angels. Haven't been to the playoffs since 2015 when they won the title in 2015. They're a smaller market team. Mm-hmm. What are they looking at if they replace Mike Matheny? In all honesty, the problem is Dayton Moore, because you look at farm systems here, and it's farm systems obviously will translate to success in major leagues. And the Royals, outside of Bobby Witt, I don't know what they have in a farm system. There's a reason the Orioles coach, the manager, has been there for 3 or 4 years. It's because they're building towards 2024. And Adley Rutschman's part 1 of that. And that's why the Orioles have a top 3 system, a farm system in all of baseball. Mm-hmm. There's promise. So if the Orioles are able to go just a little below 500, what does that mean when they get all 5 of their top prospects here in 4 years?
Successful season.
It just shows that maybe the GMs are more the problem than the managers sometime. A couple interesting ones before we get to break here and get to the tip jar. David Bell, not the Purdue wide receiver, the Reds manager, is in his 4th year. He's won 48% of his games with the Reds. I had no idea.
Seem right.
Dave Martinez with the Nationals, former assistant or former bench coach with the Cubs. In his 5th year, has won 48% of his games as well.
That checks out.
Obviously won a World Series in 19. And then Derek Shelton, in his third year at the Pirates, this is somebody that needs to get fired. 38% of his games.
Leave Derek alone.
Derek Shelton.
They swept the Dodgers.
They did. They are. What is their record? Like 5-0, 5-1, 6-1.
Nah.
It's bad, but the Pirates are bad. All right. 402-464-5685. The Honda of Lincoln hotline. The Starter Heyman text line. Both those open for you. It's time to send in random thoughts, anything that's on your mind,
Bring 'em in.
whether it's about sports, whether it's about food, whether it's about Transformers, because I saw we already have a Transformer question in here.
I guess.
So whatever is on your guys' mind for the next 10 minutes or so, we'll just do a random tip jar. 402-464-5685. We'll be right back on the happy hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go. Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Call Nebraska Auto Detail today at 402-601-5086.
This message is for Karina, our mom who finished her high school diploma at age 28. Hi, Mom. It's Emmettith and Nicholas. Congratulations on getting your diploma. You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
The Salt Dogs are back with the best lineup for a night out in Lincoln, including Fireworks Fridays. Every weekend homestand at Haymarket Park begins with baseball and post-game fireworks set to your favorite music. Baseball, a big light show, and the best view in town. There's no better place to be on a summer night in Lincoln. Lead off your weekend the right way with Fireworks Fridays. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
We'll start off the day with sunny skies before cloud cover begins to move into the region. We'll see an afternoon high of 82. A little breezy, south winds gusting over 20. And towards the late afternoon and evening hours, thunderstorms expected to move through. Possibly some isolated severe storms. A low tonight down to around 61. We'll be back up to a high of 80 tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
In today's day and age, people are trying to do more and more projects by themselves. That might be better on the wallet, but it can also lead to painful sounds like this. Ow! Poor guy, trying to do wiring all by himself. Let's have another listen. It's just not worth it. Don't hurt yourself or make things worse than they are already. For any of your electric needs, call Joe at Ambition Electric today at 402-217-3415 or go to ambitionelectric.com.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Brown Shoe Fit is gearing up for spring with new inventory on the way. They're stocking up on new spring sandals and athletic shoes daily in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Keen, Merrell, On, and many, many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrax. Spring is the season to be active and busy. Don't let your feet lose their support with old rundown shoes or sandals. Stop by Brown's Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Happy Hour
Let me ask you a question about the tip cup, because I had a little thing with the calzone guy.
with Nick Sainert.
What did you just say? Go put $1 in the jar right now. Are you serious? Yeah, now. Damn it.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
A big old chocolate ass in MetLife.
What? On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Alrighty, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Both those are open more than ever right now. Text in any random thoughts that you may have. We'll do in the tip jar. 402-464-5685. You can also tweet at us, Nick_Sainert, and at Radio Rico AC. We'll check those throughout the segment as well. All right, Rico, we got first one here. Woo! I have to scroll down for it because
I mean, it was directed at you.
Aiden says this: Nick, if you were a transformer, what would you turn into? A car? Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I need to fly.
Okay.
So car would not be something that I fly.
No, obviously not.
So maybe like a plane?
What kind of plane?
Just something nice
like
and
a
small.
biplane?
A what?
Like a biplane? Like a one-passenger plane?
Yeah,
like
just need some alone time.
One with like a propeller, like a jet.
I just need somewhere to something to get from point A to point B. That's all I need.
All right.
So all I care about is I'd probably transform into a plane. How about you?
I'd transform into a 67 Impala.
Okay. Here's a question. I got asked if I felt like jetpacks were dangerous. Do you think jetpacks are dangerous?
Yes, but I still want one.
I think jetpacks are pretty sweet.
But are they dangerous?
I hope we would. I hope we eventually, before I pass away, I hope we get to a point where we can use jetpacks on the daily. I'm just gonna say
just daily jetpacking.
Daily jetpacking. Okay.
Like, I got to go to the store. Let me grab my jetpack. My XL jetpack with the baskets. Carry the groceries home.
Okay, Ham and Beans. Ham and Beans asked this. I just we need to make sure so I don't get dumped on my own show again.
Okay.
Ham and Beans says this. yeah. Just be cautious. A chili dog on the glass bottom boat, or someone hit you with a bat wing.
What?
I don't know what that means. Unfortunately,
Ham and Beans, are you okay?
Yeah, Ham and Beans. I don't know if you're doing like the talk to text thing, but help us out with that.
Bark twice if you're in Milwaukee.
There you go. Thomas and Lincoln asked Rico, the movie Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
No, it's not.
Why? What makes it not a Christmas movie?
It's not a Christmas movie.
What makes it not a Christmas movie?
It has absolutely the only thing that has to do with Christmas is that it takes place on Christmas Day. That's the only reference to Christmas.
So he follows up with a pretty lengthy list of why Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Number one, takes place during a holiday office party.
Mm-hmm.
There is Christmas music. Presents are involved. Santa Claus is in the movie. It snows at the end of the movie. And in 2016, 1.3 million of America watched Die Hard on Christmas Eve.
It's not a Christmas
Still not a Christmas movie?
It's not a Christmas movie.
I have in 2016, that beats Home Alone.
You could literally just move it to 2 days before Christmas, and you could have all of that, and it wouldn't be a Christmas movie.
So since you're
just take Christmas out of it, and it's the same movie.
Since you've like started a family now, have you?
This could happen at a birthday party. It could be the same thing. It's not a Christmas movie. It's an action movie.
Well, what makes Christmas movies Christmas? They take place on Christmas.
The entire plot is Christmas. The plot of this movie is not Christmas.
Okay, on this note, I don't know if any people are out there that like Hallmark movies. I think Hallmark movies are the stupidest thing.
I love
ever.
Hallmark movies.
I'm sorry.
I love them.
They all have the same plot.
Yeah, you find the hottest girl and the hottest guy.
No, that's false.
And then they don't like each other at the beginning.
Okay, that's actually
and
true.
There's some reason why they
Christmas
don't get along.
spirit.
And then one of them has to help the other one with something, or they're in a competition and they realize, wow, we're more similar than we thought. And then they kind of start getting closer together and they really like each other. And wow, this could totally work out. And then boom, something happens. They split apart. I don't want to talk to you ever again. And then at the end of the movie, guess what? I love you again. We're getting married after knowing each other for 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
Boom,
They're all
Hallmark
the same.
movie.
You like Hallmark movies.
I love them.
Do you like them more than Rachel?
No.
Does Rachel like Hallmark movies?
Yes, we make fun of them all the time. I watch Hallmark movies every like Christmas time with my grandma. We sit down, we go to the Hallmark channel, and we watch Hallmark movies. And me and my cousin make fun of them while our grandma's sitting right there. And she's like, stop it. And we're like, nah, grandma, it's hilarious.
Over under on how many Hallmark movies you watch during the Christmas season?
Too many.
Put a
I
number
watched
to it,
I watched
please.
a Hallmark movie. We call it Netmark because it was on Netflix.
Okay.
I watched the Netflix Hallmark movie like a couple days ago.
A Christmas one.
No, it was about wine.
Okay. I'm talking about Christmas movies. The Christmas movies are the ones that are problems.
The ones it's like my family owns this big business.
My family
and we're
owns,
gonna move to this mountain town, and we're gonna turn this mountain town.
Oh my gosh,
into
that
a
bothers
ski
me
resort.
so much.
But you go to the ski resort or you go to the mountain town, you get snowed in, so you're there for 3 days, and you're talking with the son of the owner of the
Christmas tree
town,
farm.
But you don't know that.
That's the thing.
You don't know that, and they're treating you so well,
my
and everything
gosh.
is going perfectly, swimmingly. The snow melts. You're not snowed in anymore. All of a sudden, boom, you find out it's the owner, and you're like, oh, no, I can't do this. You go back home, and your boss is like, we need to turn this into a ski resort, or you're fired. And you're like, well, I guess I'm fired because I'm in love with this town.
Rico,
And then the owner, and it's just like, you know what? You're right. This town is great. Let's make a smaller ski resort, but incorporate the town. Everyone's happy.
This is out of control.
I love
the fact that you know that unreal.
I don't care what the writer of Die Hard says about Die Hard being a classic Christmas movie. It's not a Christmas movie.
I had to keep track with all the text where we're at. Yeah, so Thomas and Lincoln said Rico, the writer of Die Hard, called Die Hard a classic Christmas movie.
I don't care. The writer of Die Hard was swayed due to the great publicity that his or her movie was getting every Christmas. Look, if everybody claims my movie is a Christmas movie, even if I didn't intend for it to be, and 1.3 million Americans are watching it every Christmas, I would also say it's a Christmas movie.
Gus says this, dudes, there are like 3 or 4 Hallmark channels on YouTube TV.
I love it.
There's too much.
I love it so
There's
much.
too much. Another problem I have with movies. The Airbuds. Actually, Airbuds aren't bad.
Somebody's
I know.
mad at you.
Somebody's mad
Love
at me.
it. Now I know your middle name.
Yeah, you do know my middle name. Thank you, texter who texted in. But no, the Airbuds are great, but now they made them into like the Christmas Airbuds and the Buddies.
Airbuds saves Christmas.
Yes. I'm like, we're going too far.
With a football.
Yeah. and the dog's got eye black on. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I got to keep the sun out of
I
your
feel
eyes.
the glare, man.
Yeah,
the glare.
come on, man.
You gotta control the glare.
79% of people are wrong, Thomas. Sorry about it.
Okay, so back to one of my questions that I was going to ask you when we brought up Die Hard was, you've started a family now, right? You're a dad. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you instilled like a Christmas Eve movie that you have to watch every single Christmas Eve? Like a tradition?
Not really. We just once Christmas hit, once Thanksgiving is over, because we are strict, nothing Christmas before Thanksgiving. For everyone that
That's
does
true.
that, how dare
That's
you?
true.
Respect the holiday of Thanksgiving.
Yep,
you're
true.
all monsters.
Don't put up the tree till Black Friday.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm okay.
You're all monsters if you do it before then. As soon as Thanksgiving passes, we just start watching all the Christmas movies we have.
Okay, so like Polar Express, very underrated
don't
movie.
like it.
Very underrated movie. I don't care what you say, Rico. Very underrated movie. That
It's
was
one
like
of the, it was
that
one
was
of
like
the
my
early
family's
movies of like, let's make this look live action, but it's actually not live action, and it just bothers me.
That's true. Thomas and Lincoln says, "It's a Wonderful Life is perfect. Respect the turkey." Pete and Seward, how is Die Hard not a Christmas movie? This guy flies to LA for a Christmas party. It's the Christmas season, hence it's a Christmas movie.
How about this? Take John McClane. He's flying to LA for a birthday party. Everything else is the same.
You don't fly somewhere for a birthday party, though.
Why not? It's a very high-profile birthday party.
Oh, okay, of course.
It's a millionaire's birthday party. You know the millionaire. It's a birthday party. It's the same.
That's the Great Gatsby.
Everything is the same, minus the Christmas music. It takes place in winter. Everything is the same. You've got presents for the birthday party. You've got snow. You've got regular music. You've got, instead of Santa, it's some clown. Literally everything can be the same, but you just take Christmas out of it, and guess what? It's still Die Hard.
So we had this question to get away from the Christmas movies.
Thank you.
Get away from the Christmas movies. I just saw this one. This one came in about 15 minutes ago in the first segment. Who gets fired first, Frost or Hoiberg? How about we switch that around and we say who gets it turned around quicker, Frost or Hoiberg?
Ooh.
I think it's Scott Frost.
I'm leaning Scott Frost, but I also have more faith in an established coach.
Well, it's easier on a basketball roster. It's easier on a basketball team. So do we say Frost? So which one are you going with? I went with Scott Frost.
I'm going to go Hoiberg.
Just to be different?
Of course. Yeah, pretty much.
Of course. All right, well, that'll do it for this week's Tip Jar. It was all right.
Nolan, I do watch One Piece, and I do also read One Piece. It is great both ways.
Ham and Beans is trying to get us in trouble again. He always does this, and we just need to just stop reading Ham and Beans. Ham and Beans, you might have to be not blocked, but like deleted.
You're going to get blocked.
Happens. You're out of control. You got me to say one word one time, or that was bipolar, I guess. And now we're just all going too far. Okay, we have one last one. Who wins more games in conference, Frost or Hoiberg? Well, so Frost has
less chances,
like 7 chances.
Yeah.
So
I would say,
there's more than 7.
Well, I mean, I would say Hoiberg. He has more chances, and also I don't know. It might be Frost. The Big Ten's really hard basketball.
Oh, so you're saying Frost wins more?
If Frost went, because they play 8 conference games?
Yeah, so it's normally 4 non-con.
4, 5, 6,
yeah, 8.
7, 8.
Yep, 8.
9.
So either way, so does Hoiberg win double-digit conference games?
No.
I think I'm in the same boat. Dang, this is sad.
But
all right,
if Hoiberg wins 7 conference games, I mean, that's a massive improvement over where they were.
That is true.
As long as they do really well in the non-con, they should still have a pretty solid record.
7 conference wins might get you a first-round bye. That's true.
Maybe.
All right. 402-464-5685 Honda Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line. We'll answer a couple straggling questions after the break, but we're running out of time here in this segment. We'll wrap up Thursday's show coming up next.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
These days, there are more reasons than ever to treat yourself to a great haircut at Great Clips with the online check-in app. So tell us, why do you check in?
I check in because I'm tired of hat hair. I check in because we all need a cut.
I check in so I can feel like me.
And I check in so I look good for you.
No matter why you check in, you'll check out with a great haircut and save time with our online check-in app. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
My computer was a dinosaur, and our TV, well, let's just say it was definitely time for an upgrade. But finding a way wasn't so simple. And then I found it, a research study at Solarion. I searched the studies and found a perfect match for me. I earned cash for the study and was able to make those much-needed upgrades. Plus, I made an impact on medical research. Find a study and sign up today at helpresearch.com.
You should consider the risks of the research before you agree to participate.
Hey, it's Brad Banks of the Nebraska football team.
And they're in New Ely.
Join us this week for Sunday morning pancakes at Lincoln's Pub at 48th and Layton.
Check out the newest brunch in town and bring your friends.
That's this Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sunday morning pancakes at Lincoln's Pub at 48th and Layton.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at freedmanlaw.com today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to The Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary, presented by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back here one final time on a Thursday. So we missed Dusty's. So I feel bad for Dusty because I apologize, Dusty. We'll get to yours here right now, actually. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. So Dusty said this, or asked this. Would you rather use an airplane bathroom or a porta-john at a College World Series for a number 2?
Airplane bathroom. Easy.
I think it's airplane bathroom as well.
Easily. It's not even close.
And we were discussing it during the break. And I think the big reason is because the smell.
Yes. The smell.
A lot of bugs.
And look, I don't care who you are. I said this in the break. I don't care who you are. You don't want to look in the hole of a porta-john, but you always do.
And you got that green stuff, like whatever the green stuff that they put in the bottom. I don't know what it is.
It's
somebody probably can help me out with that. What's the green or blue stuff that they put in the bottom of the porta-john? I didn't know if it tries to mask the smell.
Well, it does a terrible job.
It does a horrible job. Plus, I don't know. There's just something about the porta-johns at like public, but in public spaces to where there's a line, like at Chiefs games, for example. There's always a super long line and everybody's just filing in, and you look and you're like, there's just something awkward about coming out of the porta-john and leaving the door open for somebody, knowing that you literally just went.
It's like, I just added to that.
Yeah,
now it's your turn.
No, just keep.
It's just disgusting.
It's like pass the baton
It's
in
just
the track.
disgusting.
It's horrible.
I hate porta-johns with all of my soul.
It's horrible. Yeah, Seattle Joe goes the infamous blue water splash.
I've never had a.
That's horrible. That is horrible.
I've never had a splash because I've never been there early enough to get just the water.
That is horrible. I'm sure we have some listeners that might either deliver
the blue
porta-johns.
like
sounds like a name of a theme park ride at Adventureland.
Do you just take like the hand sanitizer that's in there and just like put it on toilet paper and you're just immediately just like, I can't do this. If I was in a porta potty and it splashed me, I think I might die.
Like I think the porta.
I think I might just shrivel up into a little ball and just pass.
We were talking about like dry heaving and stuff a couple days ago on this show.
Oh goodness!
And I think that's the place where I dry heave the most.
Oh, they're so good.
Where it's just the
especially at a College World Series. It's the middle of June.
Exactly.
Dude.
And it's like
hot.
The seat is sweaty, and you don't know if it's like humidity
you're hoping
or
it's the humidity. You don't want it to be the other thing.
You don't know if it's humidity or if the sweat off of somebody's bottom.
Or if somebody peed on it.
Or if somebody peed on it. You have no idea what the substance is until you just sit down. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Unnamed texter says this. I work construction and we all have gotten splashed by the porta potty. We call it getting smurfed on. That is amazing. That's
sorry.
awesome. I'm supposed to create a poll for if Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I'm going to lose that poll.
Well,
I already know.
Maybe I need to create the poll.
But everybody that votes in that poll and says yes is wrong.
That's amazing. All right, so we got about a minute left here in the show. 402-464-5685. Rico, I don't know if you saw this. I saw it earlier during Vershawn's show today. That the Outback Bowl is dead.
No!
It's now called, hold on, Brett McMurphy had it, the ReliaQuest Bowl.
I hate it.
The ReliaQuest Bowl is the new name for the former Outback Bowl. Outback ended its title sponsorship, and the bowl had been renamed the Tampa Bay Bowl for the past 3 months. So the Iowa Bowl is dead.
The past 3 months, like anybody cared.
Yeah, true, exactly. I mean, like, come on. So the Outback Bowl is dead. It's now the ReliaQuest Bowl.
Well, no more bloomin' onions.
No more bloomin' onions.
That is the worst. I hate when bowls change their sponsors.
Yeah, like I don't like it.
It should always be the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. I don't
Bingo,
care.
I agree.
I love PlayStation.
But
no.
All right, we're done for today. Stick around. The water cooler is next. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See ya.
Adios.
Brown Shoe Fit is gearing up for spring with new inventory on the way. They're stocking up on new spring sandals and athletic shoes daily in brands like